Hello everybody, Interitere back again with another video. Yeah guys, you are probably waiting for this video, for this reaction video, for this breakdown of the final 2020 in the Rome Masters between the world number one, the undefeated world number one in the 2020 season, in my opinion. I'm not counting that match he lost against PCB in the US Open 4th round when he was disqualified. Novak Djokovic versus the Cinderella story that Diego Schwartzman has done a great run in Rome so far and taken out the 9-time champion in the quarters, Rafa Nadal, and then also did, in my opinion, this tournament's best match. Not Diego didn't do his best match, but the tournament's best match together with Denis Shapovalov in yesterday's semifinals. The match was up and down, roller coaster, but the drama was there for sure. In the third set, I believe, was quality, really quality of tennis. The third set yesterday between Denis and Diego. But in today's final against Novak Djokovic, the superior Novak Djokovic this year, man, what an athlete this guy is. You must be impressed. No matter if you're Novak Djokovic or not, no matter who you cheer on, no matter who you love, no matter who you like, no matter who you adore, you have to admit when you see greatness. And he's one of the greatest tennis players of all time, for sure. And one day he for sure can be the greatest of the tennis player of all time, alone, and not just one of the three, like he is at the current moment, together with Federer and Nadal. He's winning his 36,000 Master 1000 title. He's 36 and leads that race now, one ahead of Rafa Nadal, because before this title they were on 35 each. He's winning master after master after master. Just a couple of weeks ago he won in Cincinnati, and now he's delivering here in Rome. He has won 4 titles this season in 2020. 2 Masters, 1 Grand Slam, and 1 500 class tournament. Just imagine if Djokovic didn't was so unlucky, and if this season was a normal year. Because this season has not been a normal year. We all know it has been a pandemic year. And the tennis season, not only the tennis season, the entire world has been in a shutdown. And just imagine if Djokovic if this season was a normal year, he probably would have done as great of a season as he did in 2011 and in 2015. Because those 2 years are Djokovic's best years in his career. And this season, 2020, would for sure be, in my opinion, it would have been as same greatness of a year as those 2 years. But it is what it is. He's doing what he can, and when he is allowed to play tennis, he's beating everyone, guys. He's beating everyone. Even when he doesn't play tremendous good, he finds way to win. He finds way. Why? Because, guys, tennis is a simple sport. It is a very hard sport to play and to execute. But if you think, tennis is a simple sport. Why? If you don't miss, you don't lose. And who is missing less times at this current moment and in this season and in many seasons in the past as well? It is Novak Djokovic. Especially when it comes to big moments, he just delivers. Why do you believe I call him many times the clutch monster? Why do you believe that? He doesn't crush his opponents a la Rafa Nadal. He never does. He almost never crushes his opponent like Rafa did in his first 2 matches. He only dropped in his first 2 matches 6 games, Rafa Nadal. 6 games. 2 games against PCB, 4 games against Lajovic. And many Rafa fans, they thought that, oh, Rafa will now win the title. Rafa is always like that. He crushes the low-ranked players. Guys, you who follow my channel, what have I said in so many years now? Rafa Nadal, he kills low-ranked players because Rafa Nadal has a special game style with that among big of topspin that he has. And players, low-ranked players, they don't know what to do against him. They feel helpless. But when Rafa Nadal faces tough opponents, you can hurt him. I said it already after the Lajovic match. I said it, if you take the ball early, if you play with depth, if you hit flat shots, you can hurt Rafa Nadal. You can hurt, like Söderling did in 2009 in French Open, like Djokovic did in 2015 French Open. It is easier said than done, but it is not impossible. But don't let you, because it is easy to be fooled by Rafa. The same was in 2019 Australian Open. I remember, he was crushing all the opponents. He didn't drop one single set until that Australian Open final against Novak Djokovic. And many tennis people around the world, even some tennis YouTubers, they were picking Rafa to beat Djokovic in that 2019 Australian Open. I was not one of them. Because I know that when Rafa faces tough opponents like Djokovic, who takes the ball early, who plays close to the baseline, who has a great backhand, who has great returns, he hurts Rafa Nadal. He really hurts Rafa Nadal. It is not any coincidence whatsoever why Rafa Nadal has not defeated Novak Djokovic outside clay since 2013 US Open. 7 years, guys. 7 years. And it is not any coincidence whatsoever why Novak has defeated Rafa Nadal 7 times on clay. Most of all the players. And it is not any coincidence whatsoever why Novak Djokovic is the only second player in history who has defeated Rafa Nadal in French Open. He's only one of 2 players. The other one is Söderling, like we all know. And he did it in straight sets in that 2015 quarterfinal match. It is not any coincidence whatsoever, because that is what Djokovic does. That's what Djokovic, he's full of weapons. He doesn't have any holes in his game. You don't know what to do. You hit to his forehand, he will make winners. You hit to his backhand, he will make winners. You play with depth, he will take those balls. You try to hit through him, he has great defensive skills. He doesn't have any holes. The only hole that Djokovic can have sometimes is that he's not as consistent as Rafa Nadal. But who is it, guys? Who is as consistent as Rafa Nadal? Djokovic can sometimes take vacation during matches. Sometimes. He can just give away a set. Like he did against Kofner in that quarterfinal. He gave away that second set against Kofner in the quarterfinals. He gave it away. It was not like Kofner was playing out of his mind. It was Djokovic who gave it to him. So Djokovic is not as consistent as Rafa Nadal. Rafa Nadal doesn't give sets away. Even that set that he lost against Schwartzman in the quarterfinal in the first set, 6-2, Rafa was not giving away the set. Yeah, Rafa was not good, especially not with his forehand. But he was not giving it away. Schwartzman was in the zone. Schwartzman was playing lights out tennis. And he took it to Rafa Nadal. He was doing a bunch of winners. He did 13 winners in one set. Schwartzman in that first set. And only 5 unforced errors. So you cannot say that Rafa was giving away that set. So Rafa doesn't give away sets like a Santa Claus, like Djokovic sometimes can do, and especially like Federer. Federer is a player who gives sets most away. Djokovic doesn't give sets away like Federer. Absolutely not. But, so what I want to say is that Djokovic's weakness is in his game, he can sometimes give sets away. And he can sometimes be a slow starter. He can have sometimes bad starts in the matches. Like he had in his final, actually. He had a really bad start, doing a lot of errors. He was not finding his range. He was doing a lot of forehand errors in the first set and backhand errors. It is not. We didn't see the normal Novak Djokovic in the beginning of this final. Schwartzman was 2 breaks up in the first set. He was 2 breaks up. He was leading the match 3-love and was serving to get up 4-love. But of course, I didn't know. I was never worried or thinking that, oh, maybe Schwartzman, this fairy tale story will end with a trophy for Schwartzman and he winning his biggest title in his career, defeating both Rafa and Djokovic on the way. I always felt certain that Djokovic will come back. With the serve that Schwartzman has, my God, do you believe that Schwartzman will play in an entire match against the greatest returner of all time, against the greatest serve returner of all time, without dropping his set? Without dropping his serve? Do you honestly believe that will happen? Of course it will not happen, for God's sake. Shapo braked, for God's sake, Diego's serve 6 times yesterday. And Shapo is not even as close as a good returner as Novak Djokovic is. So I did know for sure that Novak will take his teeth into Diego's Schwartzman's service games, which he did. After Diego took that lead 3-love with double break up, Novak came back and leveled the match 3-3 and braked him back twice, like Diego did, breaking Novak serve two times in a row. Then Novak came back and braked his serve 2 times in a row, and then in the end of the match, Diego, when he was serving in that 6-5 game, Novak braked him for the 3rd time and clinched that first set 7-5. Was I surprised? Of course not. What did I say before the final? That Novak Djokovic will win in straight sets. Maybe Diego can maybe take 1 set if he plays like he did against Rafa in that first set. But that is maybe. But most likely Novak wins this in straight sets. Even though that Diego has pushed Novak 2 times before in clay and taken Novak to the limit. In French Open 2017, took him to 5 set, and in Rome in 2019 last year took Novak to a 3-set battle. I knew that this match tonight will be easier for Novak, because let's face it, Diego, he has done his run of his life in this week in Rome, and his tank was empty, guys. His tank was empty. He tried, he had a great start, but Diego's start was mostly of help of Novak, because Novak didn't have the greatest start in this match. So after Novak did win that first set 7-5 and break Diego's serve 3 times in that first set. Diego break Novak's serve 2 times, Novak break his serve, and Diego's serve 3 times. And then in the second set, Diego started the second set best as well. He braked first. He braked Novak's service game first. But of course, Djokovic braked immediately, which was also very expecting in my opinion. Because Diego Schwartzman, for a player like Diego Schwartzman to beat a great serve returner like Novak Djokovic with that kind of bad serve that Diego has, it is more or less impossible. It is more or less impossible. He needs to have his best day of his life, like he had in that first set against Rafa Nadal, and Djokovic needs to play the entire match like he did the first 3 games in the first set. And that will not happen. Djokovic will not play an entire match in a final, in a big final like Masters, like he did play the first 3 games of the match. Djokovic will never do that. We all know that. He's too good of a player to do that. So that is the only way Diego Schwartzman could have beaten Djokovic, because he just lacks so many things in his game. Diego Schwartzman's biggest weapon is the net, is the baseline. He doesn't miss much. He did only, I believe, he did 19 unforced errors in this match tonight. That is not much. 19 unforced errors. That is a solid number. But he only did 17 winners. Don't forget that. It is not easy to hit through Novak Djokovic. If it is hard to hit through Diego Schwartzman because he's lighting fast, it is even harder to hit through Novak Djokovic, because Diego is lighting fast, but Djokovic is lighting fast as well. Diego has great defensive skills, but Djokovic has even better defensive skills than Diego Schwartzman. So everything Diego does, returns, defensive skills, miss little from a baseline, Djokovic does better. Everything. So when a player does everything better than you, what will happen? Yeah, he will win the match in straight sets like Novak Djokovic did. Diego Schwartzman didn't do his best match in this final, in my opinion. He did the okay match, not more than so. Djokovic didn't do his best match either. He didn't do. And to be quite honest, Djokovic has not done, he's not looked superior the entire week. He even said it himself after the final. He said, I have not felt that I played my best tennis throughout the week, but I feel that I have geared up my level when I have needed the most. Yeah, he has done it in the big moments like he usually always does. That's why he's the clutch terminator. Djokovic isn't a player who will crush you. He will just crush you in the big moments. That is his biggest strength. He will not crush you 6-1, 6-2 or 6-1, 6-love. He will not spread breadsticks and bagels throughout the court, throughout the matches, throughout the tournament, a la Rafa Nadal. He's not that kind of player. He's not as consistent as Rafa Nadal. Nobody does. Nobody is. Rafa Nadal is the most consistent tennis player that I have ever seen when it comes to play a tennis match from the first point to the last point. Djokovic is not that kind of player. But Djokovic, when it matters the most, tie breaks, deciding sets, game break points, game points, he's the king there. He is the machine. He is the beast. And he showed that in this week. He showed that against Casper Ruud in the semifinals when Casper had 2 set points in that first set. He showed that today when Diego Schwartzman was up in the lead in the first set with a double break. Guys, to be a double break in the set, it is a big lead. Guys, it is a big lead against everybody, but not against the greatest serve returner of all time. It is not a big lead. So, and the second set, it was Diego, like I said, braked first, Djokovic then braked immediately, then Djokovic braked once again for the second time in the second set and won that second set 6-3. A deservedly champion Novak Djokovic. All in all, Djokovic served pretty good numbers tonight. 69% first serves he landed, Djokovic, and won 69% behind those first service points, Novak Djokovic. And Diego Schwartzman, he served pretty solid as well. He landed 65% first serves in, but he only wins 58% behind those first serves. And we all know why. His serve is so weak. It was the same thing with Shapo yesterday. Against Shapo, he even landed more first serves in. He landed 69% first serves in, but won only 56% behind those first serves. But at least against Shapo, he won more behind his second serves. Why? Because Shapo is a much worse serve returner than Djokovic. So it was pretty expected that Diego would never win as much points behind his second serves as he did against Shapo. In tonight's final, Diego won only 35% behind his second serves. Only 35%. To compare that with Djokovic, who won 41% behind second serves. So it was pretty expected numbers there. Djokovic will always win much more behind his second serves than Diego Schwartzman. And Djokovic will also always win behind his first serve than Diego Schwartzman will ever do. Djokovic won 69% behind his first serve, and Diego Schwartzman won only 58%. So at least Diego did a one service in tonight's final. So that is a thing that he can be happy about, because he didn't do any services against Nadal or against Shapo. But against Djokovic, he did at least one service in tonight's match. All in all, Djokovic, he fired 29 winners and did 26 unforced errors. It was little too many unforced errors for Djokovic, and most of those errors came in the first set. Djokovic didn't hit his backhand tremendously good in this final, like he did against Casper Ruud, in my opinion, especially that first set. All in all, Djokovic did 18 unforced errors with his backhand. That is too much. 18 unforced errors. That is really too many, in my opinion. And 7 unforced errors with his forehand. So his forehand was much better than his backhand in tonight's final. And 1 double fault Djokovic all in all did. So Djokovic landed total 26 unforced errors, but did 29 winners. 18 winners with his forehand, 8 winners with his backhand, and 3 serve aces. So not superior match from Djokovic, but at least a solid performance. He didn't need to do more than this. Not against opponents like Diego Schwartzman like tonight, because Diego Schwartzman he didn't do an amazing match in my opinion. He did a much better match against Nadal, and he did a better match against Shapo in my opinion. But the opponent is different as well. Djokovic is a totally different beast what Nadal is, and definitely what Shapo is. Djokovic just he takes the ball much earlier. Djokovic stands closer to the baseline. Djokovic has a better serve than both. For sure better than Nadal. If he has a better serve than Shapo, that can be discussed. But at least Djokovic served better tonight than Shapo served yesterday against Diego. Because Djokovic, he protected his serve much better than what Shapo did. Shapo, for God's sakes, he dropped his serve 6 times in that semifinal against Diego. And Djokovic dropped his serve only 3 times in tonight's final. So all in all, Djokovic braked Diego's serve 5 times, 5 out of 9 opportunities. That is really good, guys. That is 56%. And Diego braked Novak's serve 3 times, 3 out of 6 opportunities. That is 50%. So all in all, Djokovic won 75 points, and Diego Schwartzman won 61 points. So Djokovic is winning 14 more points than Diego Schwartzman. So this was not any discussion who was the better player. Djokovic was the better player the entire match, besides those 3 first games in the first set. That was the only time where Diego Schwartzman was the better player. It was on those 3 first service games when he was up in the lead 3-love. After that, Novak Djokovic was the better player the entire match. So, big congratulations to Novak Djokovic. A deserving winner, expected winner. What did I say when I did my preview, guys, 1 week ago? The Rome preview 2020. What did I say? The guys to beat are Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic. These are the guys to beat. These 2 are the best tennis players in the world. All right, I said especially Rafa Nadal because he's the clay court machine. Obviously reasons. Rafa Nadal is always the man to beat on clay, guys. We have to admit that he's always the man to beat on clay. But after Rafa, I said the other man to beat is Novak Djokovic. And Diego, he did a tremendous good job of taking the first one when he defeated Rafa Nadal in the quarters. But when he took on Novak Djokovic, his Cinderella story stopped there, guys. It stopped. So, yeah, guys, man, what a year Djokovic is having. Like I said in the beginning of the video, if this season was a normal year, my God, who knows what kind of year Djokovic would have had. He probably would have had as good year as 2011 and 2019. Now he will surpass his idol Pete Sampras as in weeks in world number 1. I believe that he will be, from tonight's match, after this match tonight, he will be 287 weeks and surpassing Pistol Pete, who was on second on that race with 286. Now Novak is surpassing him with 287 weeks as the world number 1. Now he has only 1 player ahead of him who has the most weeks as the world number 1, and we all know who that is. And that player is Roger Federer with 310 weeks. And mark my words, guys, the way Novak Djokovic is playing, the way Novak Djokovic is delivering, the way Novak Djokovic is showing quality on tennis courts week in and week out, and if he is healthy, if he can maintain healthy, it is not if, it is only about when Novak Djokovic will surpass Roger Federer's world number 1 weeks. He will surpass that 310 mark. the record that Roger Federer has. He will do that, guys. Just mark my words. He's looking unstoppable. He's not impossible to beat. Nobody's impossible to beat. This is sport, all right? You will always have a chance. Not maybe a big, but at least small. He's not impossible to beat. But he's bloody difficult to beat. Like I said yesterday in my preview, before this final, you need to win the first set. You just need to win the first set. And even when you win the first set, you cannot relax. You can never relax against this dude. You can never relax, because when it matters the most, he will take you down. He just refuses to miss. He goes into a beast mode in not missing. He just refuses to miss. Like I said, if you don't miss, you don't lose. That is Novak Djokovic harmony at the moment. Yeah, he misses 26 unforced errors, but he did 29 winners. So he does 3 more winners than unforced errors. And what did Diego? He does 19 unforced errors and does 17 winners. So he does 2 more unforced errors than winners. He did 31 winners against Rafa Nadal, Diego Schwartzman. 31 winners. Against Novak, only 17. Novak is not easy to hit through. He is not easy to hit through, guys. He is lighting fast like Diego Schwartzman as well. He covers the court really well. So to beat Novak, you have to have a great serve. You have to start there. And Diego doesn't have a great serve. So how in hell will he beat Novak? How in hell will he do it? When he doesn't possess a great serve. Yeah, Diego, he defeated Rafa without having a great serve. He defeated Shapo without having a great serve. But Rafa and Shapo, they are not as good as a returner as Novak Djokovic is. Novak Djokovic will always punish your second serve. Always will punish your second serve. Always. Diego won only 35% behind his second serves. Only 35%. He won much more second serves both against Rafa Nadal and against Shapovalov. But not against the greatest serve returner of all time. No. Djokovic sends the message. Diego Schwartzman, against Rafa Nadal, you could defeat him with a bad second serve and bad first serve. Against Shapovalov, you could defeat him with a bad first and second serve, but not against the greatest serve returner, of all time. I will make you pay, and he did that. He broke his serve 5 times, 3 times in the first set and 2 times in the second set. So, guys, there you have it. This was my breakdown of the match. This was my reaction of the match. Novak Djokovic won his 81th title. Big congratulations to him. Novak Djokovic won his 36,000 Master 1000 title. A lone leader in that race now, 1 more than Rafa Nadal, and now we will go into the French Open. I just can't wait for French Open to start. I really can't wait. Novak Djokovic has never gone into a French Open tournament without losing a match since 2011. Since 2011. 9 years, guys. 9 freaking years. I remember that 2011 season. He went into that French Open tournament 2011 without losing 1 single match. And we all know who stopped him there. Roger Federer in that semi-final in 4 sets. And now he's doing that for the second time. He's going into this French Open without losing 1 single match. We are not counting that match in that PCB in that US Open. We all know that. So his confidence will be sky high, guys. And Rafa Nadal is going into this French Open 2020 without winning 1 clay court tournament. What I know, correct me down below if I'm wrong, this has never happened in Rafa Nadal's career, where he goes into a French Open tournament without winning 1 single clay court tournament before the French Open. What I can remember, this has never happened. So it is exciting times. Guys, always when Rafa Nadal plays the French Open, I always am really, really confident that he will win that tournament. Always. Do you know when it was last time I was not picking Rafa Nadal to win the French Open? Do you know that, guys? When it was last time, I was not picking Rafa Nadal to win the French Open. 5 years ago, 2015. I didn't do YouTube videos back then, but you know that I don't lie. You know me, I hate to lie, but I swear to you guys, I didn't pick Rafa Nadal to win the French Open in 2015. I picked actually him to lose against Djokovic in that quarterfinal. I really do. I really did. I swear to God, guys. And he did. I'm not saying anything. I'm not doing any predictions yet. All right? I'm just saying that this is the first time in 5 years that I'm not, to say 95 confident in my prediction to make Rafa Nadal to pick Rafa Nadal to win French Open. This is the first time in 5 years, since that 2015. I need to see the draw. I need to see how the draw looks. I need to see where Dominic Thiem will end. Will he be on his Rafa Nadal's sectional draw, or will he be on or Novak Djokovic's sectional draw? And then I have to make my decision. But I can tell you already now, Novak Djokovic will be hard to stop even in French Open. He will be. He's going into this French Open with a sky-high confidence. One thing I know for sure. One thing I am super confident. And I'm not alone about this. This is not any new news for none of the tennis lovers around the world. I am super confident. I am 100% certain, 100%. I don't know if you can be 100% certain in sport, but more or less 100% certain that the French Open winner will be, that the trophy holder of the French Open will be on 11th October by Djokovic, Rafa, or Thiem. One of these three. But most likely Djokovic or Rafa. Thiem, I'm not super in love in Thiem just yet. Yeah, I know he's a clay court specialist. But for Thiem to defeat both Nadal and Djokovic on the way to win his second Grand Slam title and to win his first ever French Open title, I am doubtful about that. But I have to put Thiem there as well. One of these three, I am 100% certain, will win the French Open. One of these three. All the other dudes, they don't have any chance. All the other. And another player that I will put in, that I have been really impressed the last couple of weeks, he will be a really, really, really dangerous player in French Open, and who will crack the top 10 in the world for the first time in his career now, it is Denis Shapovalov. What I have seen of Denis these 3-4 weeks, I have been really, really impressed. So it will be interesting to see his run in French Open as well. But he will not win the French Open, Denis. He's not ready yet to win that kind of big title yet. But I think that he will be dangerous. And Diego as well, he will always also be dangerous. He will be dangerous, even though he's not that tall, but he can do a great run in French Open as well, Diego Schwartzman. That is my feeling. But you never know with Diego. I thought that Diego will do a great run in US Open as well, but he was knocked out in the first round. But now it is clay, so it will suit his game much more, because Diego Schwartzman loves playing more clay court tennis than what he does playing hard court tennis or grass court tennis. In grass, he's pretty horrible, Diego Schwartzman. Alright guys, this was a long video. My God, 33 minutes. I apologize. I'm sorry. I hope you enjoyed this one. And one more thing before I forget, because I almost forgot. So many of you are asking me where I'm from. I have answered this question many times with fingers. Many times I answered this question, but people are continue asking me, and I will answer this in a video now. I live in Sweden, guys. I live in Sweden. But I'm not Swedish, I'm Albanian. I came here when I was 8 years old, all right? So I'm raised in Sweden. So I live in Sweden, but I'm Albanian. So guys, there you have the answer where I'm from. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and bye-bye.